it isn't your fault.
Please, I do it. I do it.
Thank you. Who is Perez?
Allow, senorita. A thief who steals my people's money for himself, American aid for schools and hospitals and roads, and he steals it all. There he is! There he is! Take up positions! Perez is a thief! Perez is a thief! Perez is a thief! Perez is a thief!
Idiots, irresponsible fools.
Perez is a thief!
Officer, tell him to go away.
Perez is a thief! Perez is a thief! Okay, let's go. Perez is a thief! Perez is a thief! Perez is a thief! Perez is a
Oh,
thief!
you can't do this. A man has a right to speak out for what he believes.
Perez is a thief! Perez is a thief!
These men have a right to freedom of speech.
Wait a minute.
They can say anything they want without fear of being oppressed. Now, you let them go. It's against the law. It's against the law. It's against the law.
Farmer's daughter.
$10.
That's right, mister. $10 for disturbing the peace. Send up Katy Holstrom. Look, Mr. Holstrom, let me give you a little tip. Keep your wife off the streets.
I beg your pardon.
This picketing is like a disease. They don't like Perez. They don't like the price of tomatoes. It's always something. There's only one answer.
Yes?
Babies. Plenty of babies, lots of housework. They gotta stay home.
Congressman Morley, thank you for paying my bail.
I am not a congressman.
You have been fired.
Put your voice down. Let's get out of here.
Oh, could you lend me $30, please?
Anything to get out of here.
Thank you. For Luis and his two friends, Tomas and Miguel.
See what I mean, buddy? There's only one answer. Babies.
Oh, hello, Luis.
Buenos dias. I came to thank you, senorita. I also have the money to pay you back for bailing us out.
Oh, thank you. Oh, please come in.
Gracias.
Oh, I'm so glad you did not have to stay in jail.
Today we march again.
What?
Perez is speaking at the hotel. You will be with us?
Oh, Luis, I'm afraid I can't. The congressman objects.
Do you realize your government gave our country $200 million last year for schools, hospitals, and roads?
That's an awful lot of money, Luis. But I can't.
And do you know how it was spent? To buy cars, mansions, yachts? He's a tyrant. Say you will march with us.
Well,
Excuse me. Miss Holstrom is sorry, but she will be previously engaged.
Luis, Congressman Morley.
I'm pleased to meet you, Congressman Morley.
Thank you.
We count on your voting against giving that dog Perez more money.
Well, I can assure you that every aspect of the commitment will be reviewed.
I would gladly be a witness before your committee.
That's very kind of you. I'm sure the chairman will consider it.
I have letters, petitions.
Very interesting, and thank you so much for
We
coming
count
by.
on men of your stature and
Louis,
intelligence.
be assured I'll do the best I
You are our
can.
only
Thanks again for coming by.
Bye, Luis.
He's quite a character. Katy, I have been listening to witnesses all week long. People who know a great deal more about Perez than your friend does.
He's a countryman, and he seems to know what he's talking about. Well, here's their bail money.
If the chairman considers him important to our decision, he'll be called.
Well, Congressman,
Katy, there are certain aspects of this particular situation that I simply cannot talk to you about.
You two need a referee?
Paris is stealing money from our government.
Katy's source of information is one of her fellow picketeers. Naturally, he's not one little bit prejudiced.
Well, according to the papers, Senor Perez is speaking at the hotel today. Why don't you go and listen to his side of the question?
That's a very good point, Mrs. Morley. I would be glad to go.
I think I'll come with you. I'd like to hear what he has to say in his own defense.
Good. Maybe you can keep Katy out of trouble.
There are always two sides to a story, ladies and gentlemen. I'm aware of the rabble-rousers who are attempting to discredit my administration. The foreign aid which you have so graciously extended to us has been used for the most noble of purposes. You have given my country a new hope, new incentive. Democracy flowers over the rotted weeds of fascism. My people whose voices were stilled are encouraged to speak out. There's complete equality, absolute democracy.
Colorful, isn't he?
Yeah, he speaks well, but he doesn't say anything. I have done research in the library.
I believe I have covered all the pertinent facts. The future of our country depends on the continued support of your aid program. Now, if there are any questions you would like to ask, please feel free to ask them.
Mr. Perez,
Your name, please?
Mrs. John Smith.
Yes, Mrs. Smith.
I have visited your country, and I cannot tell you how impressed I was with your wonderful rebuilding program.
Gracias, señora.
Perhaps there is another side to the coin.
The other side of the coin? That's his sister, Senora Ortega. This one!
This gentleman.
Without your splendid leadership, the economy would most certainly fail, and a great hardship will be visited upon your countrymen.
Same side of the coin. That's his brother-in-law.
Now, if there are no more questions...
I would like to ask a question, Mr. Perez.
Seguro.
Yes?
Why don't you answer his question?
Well, I wasn't aware the gentleman had one to ask, señorita.
Cucaracha.
That isn't nice. I would like to know what you did with 200 million American dollars last year.
Señor, eso.
$218,623,000 to be exact.
¿Dónde está?
That is a rather complicated question.
How many schools have you built?
I don't know. I can't exactly tell you the count, but there were many.
There was one.
Solo una.
How much public housing?
Well, I would like to say...
There was no public housing. And the only new road was the road leading to your palace.
That will be all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Oh, what about the dam projects and the hospitals?
I can explain everything. You submit your questions in writing to my aides, please.
Have a right to the answer.
I have more questions, and if you are honest, you will stay here and answer them.
You are questioning my brother's integrity?
Integrity, huh?
You're troublemakers. Yankee, go home.
I am home. You go home and take him with you.
working on this report. Just give me a minute to finish it up.
But, Dad,
Take it up with Katy if there's a problem.
she isn't here.
Well, then find your grandmother.
Oh, she isn't here either.
Where is she?
With Katy.
Where's Katy?
There.
Oh, no.
Now she's got Grandma doing it.
Well, where are my dark glasses?
That is where they belong, behind bars.
For such a pretty girl, she is very noisy, this Katy Holstrom, Get my coat and hat.
Going out?
I'm going to the jail.
What for?
To bail the ladies out.
Well, I hope you have a good reason for such madness.
There's enough unrest as it is with Quintana stirring up the peasants.
Si, senor?
The publicity this girl has been getting is not good for me. I intend to deal with it in my own way.
Accommodation aren't so bad, but I don't think much of the view.
Well, the food is not much better. Freedom of speech is guaranteed by the Constitution. And every time I try it, I get arrested for inciting a riot.
Tomas, Miguel, we're 3 lucky peons.
Lucky Luis, but we're in jail again?
Was that a peso for our bail? Si, the senora and senorita are like Joan of Arc. It is a great honor to be in prison with them. Come, we will serenade the ladies to cheer them on.
Oh, nice young man.
Yeah, so thoughtful.
You hear a first charge. How about the 58 program? What about the riot? Why are these people picketing you, Mr. Perez? How about the reform, Senor Perez?
Gentlemen, if you please, I will be happy to answer your questions. You're holding a young lady here, blonde, very attractive.
Katy Holstrom.
I've come to bail her out.
Every time she comes in here, the price goes up. This time it'll cost you $25.
The young lady is guilty of nothing but a difference of opinion. I believe in her right to free speech.
Send her up. Yeah, the blonde. She's the first one out every time.
Oh, I will also bail her companion out.
Send along her buddy.
Senora? Senorita, good afternoon.
And what are you doing here?
I do not believe in imprisoning my opposition. I believe in letting them speak their opinions freely. I have posted bail for both of you charming ladies.
Well, since you feel as you do about the freedom of speech, I'm sure you will also bail out Luis, Tomas, and Miguel.
Well, I really hadn't.
Perhaps your generosity is confined to Yankee opposition. Perhaps when it comes to your own countrymen, you would rather keep them quiet.
$25 for Luis, 25 for Tomas, and 25 for Miguel.
Send up the trio.
Miss you, Senor Perez.
Now you two ladies will allow me. I shall escort you home.
Oh, I can't wait to see the boys.
I can't wait to get into a hot bath.
And a fresh change of clothes. Oh, there's just one thing I'd like to be sure of before we leave the Yale.
What is that, senorita? Yes, you were about to say, senorita.
Yeah, the reforms Luis mentioned. Public housing, better roads, hospitals, free education. You do plan to institute these reforms, do you not?
Yes, of course. Now, if the ladies please.
Please, we would like to know when you plan to institute these reforms.
But why do you two lovely creatures concern yourselves with such matters? I would advise you to leave them to the men.
When left to certain men, they don't seem to get attended to, Senor Perez.
They shall be attended to, senor, I assure you.
When?
I would prefer to discuss this at another time.
Oh, well, in that case, we would prefer to discuss our coming out of Yale at another time.
Agreed.
But ladies,
When you are prepared to discuss the reforms, you know where you can find us.
But this is blackmail, senorita.
You're absolutely right, Senor Perez.
They're all crazy.
On that point, I agree.
I'd like to post bail for,
Katy Holstrom.
yes, and Mrs. Agatha Morley.
That's getting to be a regular game around here. Never mind, $25 a head. If you want to save yourself a little time, post bail for the 3 fellas. That seems to be one of the rules of the game. Send them all up again.
And 25 for Luis. That's 25 for Tomas. And 25 for Miguel.
I'm more glad to see you.
Oh, I can't wait to see the boys again.
I can't wait to get into a nice hot bath.
And Fred. Of course you have changed your mind about making public statements.
No, I haven't changed my mind. Katy, there are things involved that you just don't understand.
I understand your mother and I have gone to Yale for making protests, and a congressman cannot even make a simple statement.
Katy, please.
Until you change your mind, I go back to Yale.
But I tell you, I cannot make a statement.
When you can, you will know where to find me.
Et tu, Brute?
Et moi.
Complete second day of hunger strike. Boy, I bet their stomachs are growling.
Can we go visit him tomorrow and listen?
Not.
Aren't we ever going to see him again?
Of course you are.
When?
Well, Hello. Speaking? Oh, that's wonderful news, Senator. Just what I've been waiting to hear. Yes. Yes, sir.
Why, Glen. Well, Mr. Morley, we were just about to have a nice glass of water and turn in.
Well, before you do, I'd like you to take a look at this. It's a dispatch from Central Intelligence. It'll be in every paper in the morning.
Paris falls.
Senor Quintanto named premier by popular acclaim.
How did it happen?
Oh, there's been a revolution in the works for months now. The State Department knew about it. So did my committee.
You never said you knew about it.
I had orders to keep quiet. There was the risk that the United States would seem to be interfering in the internal affairs of a foreign country.
I think we better go right back to jail. This time for stupidity.
I was wrong, Mr. Morley. I am sorry.
You happen to have been wrong this one time, Katy, but don't ever be sorry about taking a stand.
Even when stand is wrong.
Even if it's wrong. The point is, you cared enough about something to go to jail for it. Too many citizens don't care enough about anything to even vote. Well, shall we go home?
Oh, Mr. Morley, before we go, there are just 3 little things. Luis?
Miguel and Tomas. Luis, Miguel and Tomas, please.
That's all right, Mr. Sargento. I'm sorry. They were expecting you to call.
Perez has been deposed.
No! Santa Mecha!
All I want to do is run a nice, quiet little jail.
Katy, the farmer's daughter, you can't resist that gal. She's country style but city design. Got a smile that's sprinkled with sunshine. Look at the farmer's daughter. She'll perk up your morale. Her brand of charm is so disarming. Frowns turn upside down. The old Odette's too sweet. She's just what we've been needing. So glad the farmer's daughter came.